Welcome to the Outdoor Biz Podcast, your home for inspiring conversations with outdoor insiders. Each week, author, speaker, adventurer, and outdoor industry veteran Rick Saez talks in depth with iconic brand founders, sales and marketing pros, product designers, and industry rising stars. Listen in when Rick's guests offer actionable advice to land your ideal industry gig and grow your outdoor career. Catch us again when the conversation shifts to the hottest outdoor products, destinations, and the latest industry insights. And now, here's Rick.
Welcome to episode 290 of the Outdoor Biz Podcast with Black Folks Camp 2 founder Earl B. Hunter Jr. We talk about how Earl got into the outdoor biz, his career with Sylvan, and the Black Folks Camp 2 mission to increase diversity in the outdoor industry by making it easier, more interesting, more familiar, and more fun for Black folks to go camping. Brought to you this month by Wolfgang Man and Beast. Wolfgang designs premium dog leashes, leads, collars, harnesses, and pet accessories, plus custom hats and accessories for millennial pet owners, too. Visit the outdoorbizpodcast.com/Wolfgang and spiff out your pet today. Grab something for yourself, too. That's the outdoorbizpodcast.com/Wolfgang. Hey, Earl, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you having me, my friend.
Yeah, good to catch up with you. I was excited when we connected a few weeks ago to set this up. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I always get a chance to talk about our company and what we do, our mission, and so that for me is very, very exciting, my friend.
Yeah, you do some cool stuff. I look forward to hearing about it. Let's talk about your background a little bit first, though. So you had quite a bit of sales experience before you joined Sylvan. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I tell folks, way before I joined Sylvansport, I was in sales. I was in sales when I was 10, 12, 13 years old. I was selling candy. I was cutting grass. I did all those things in the neighborhood in areas where the folks really didn't have any money.
Mm.
They saw me hustling and really wanted to do some things, and they would give me $1, $5. And then I finally started setting my price. And look, you're going to pay me $10 to cut your grass.
Right on.
If you don't have the $10, we'll have to figure out a way to put you on the payment plan. So
That's cool.
I always set the bar and say, listen, here are my prices, and here's what we got going on. That way it wouldn't diminish my work.
Yep.
And so I was excited about that.
That's smart. How'd you figure that out so young?
Well, I had some people around me. All my friends, there's some people around me. They were in sales too, but they were in sales of some illegal things. And my thing was that I didn't want to do that. And so, they taught me the game on how to make money though.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of took that into the space of, using it as a hobby. I love cutting grass. I love gathering around people. I love having that conversation with folks.
Yeah.
And that really just spewed over into my professional career. When I started off working for Nokia mobile phones, I was in sales, more of account management.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into a sales position as an executive, as a vice president of sales at a company entitled IPD, where we did a lot of international import and export. And so I was closing deals in America and the U.S. and then taking those deals and moving those to Asia, South America, North America, and all that kind of good stuff. And it was amazing, my friend.
Man, so you had some pretty good sales chops by the time you got to Sylvan. How did you connect with Sylvan?
Well, it's funny because I wasn't even I wasn't looking for a job, and I wasn't looking for anything. I was really happy where I was at IPD. We had is a company that IPD had a company. We had a private plane. We were staying in nice hotels. Wow. It was amazing. Everything was good. We were making tons of money. Things were great. I was traveling the world. And then all of a sudden there was a company, Sylvansport, was on the radar because they were a company that was rising, or a company that hadn't rose. We thought maybe we can source some of the parts for them over into different parts of the country. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, however, when I started to look at the numbers before I arrived, and I saw that they had not done $1 million in the 10 years of existence a year, I said, well, maybe we can't do business with them because we were normally doing business with $5 to $10 million companies and above.
Mm-hmm.
However, I visited them, had a conversation with the owner at the time, and I saw the product. And I got to tell you, when I saw the product, what I said was, you guys can't sell this product. and I think at that moment, Tom said, we need somebody to come in here and sell this product, and we don't have anybody to do it. And honestly, I wasn't looking for another job. I wasn't looking for anything else. It's just that something about that product really really enlightened me, and I got excited about it. And so in about 4 hours, it was about a 4-hour meeting. Him and I basically struck up a deal to figure out how I was going to get to Sylvansport, move my family to Brevard, North Carolina, and come there and drive the business.
Funny how those deals pop up when you're not expecting it, but you're ready for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, and the thing is, it was such a challenge though, because, my background, I'm very high strung. I tell folks I'm really not a salesperson. I'm a relationship builder. And I felt like, the product was so amazing that the world needed to see it.
Yep.
But the second piece of it was I saw an opportunity for a company that I thought was a really good company. I thought they were in a really good area. And I thought that they really just needed some direction in regards to sales. And I wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
It was a challenge.
Yeah. Good salespeople, though, that's what makes them so good. They're not a salesperson. They build relationships. They build communities. They build bigger programs. They make the deal bigger. That's what I always learn. Make the deal bigger,
man.
right? So
make the deal bigger, man. Yeah, make it wide, cast the net wider, and still go deeper, right?
There you go. That's right. Yeah. So how were you introduced to the outdoors then? Was that through Sylvan?
It was, so here's the thing, man. I'm a good times kid, man. If you remember that sitcom Good Times with JJ Dynamite, I'm a good times kid. Yeah. However, I tell folks I live a Huxtable lifestyle, in regards to I've been able to go out and make some things happen in regards to my family, for my family and sales and things of that nature. So it was easier for me to make this transition. But here's the thing, though. I had never been camping a day in my life before I got to Sylvansport.
That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. My MO is, man, I was a Gucci, Louis Vuitton, sports car driving, Italian suit wearing, executive flying all over the world, and never even thought about camping.
And then you go to sell trailers.
and then I got to go sell trailers, right? and not only sell trailers, man, it was more so I was going from flying on a private plane at my last company to hooking a trailer up on the back of the truck and driving 300,000 miles. Right,
driving. And that was a unique trailer, too. That was not just any old, your standard run-of-the-mill trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
What was good about it, it was light.
Yeah.
It was light and compact. It was exciting. It was a really cool trailer. So it kind of, I would get honks on the road all the time. And people wondering what it is. And many times I pulled it on the side of the road and a gas station and showed folks what it was. I was so excited about selling it, right?
Well, that's the cool thing of selling something different, right? Everybody's afraid to sell something different, but boy, you just have an instant conversation starter right there. Yeah.
Well, and then the other thing is I think different when you're able to understand the product. It was so, I would get this compliment from dealers a lot that, Earl, you really know your product. And one of the things is because it was a complex product. However, it was easy and it was built well.
Yep.
When something is built well and it has not only just the mechanics but the material and how it's built,
functionality.
The functionality, absolutely, it's just better, right?
Yeah. It makes it all easier. Yeah, and so I guess you went on an epic camping road trip across the USA and Canada with your son. That must have been a blast. You must have. How many miles was that? Thousands.
Well, it was thousands of miles. And before I get to that, though, it's funny because I had actually driven over and traveled over 400,000 miles, actually over 300,000 miles, opening up dealers with Sylvansport, right?
Okay, before the road trip.
Before the road trip. So I had already been out on the road. Sylvansport was an $815,000 company in revenue. And here we are in 4 years, taking them to $17.5 million in 4 years. It took some bandwidth, driving from North Carolina to Nova Scotia to BC to San Diego, and San Diego to Miami, and all in between.
Yeah, because those places, back then, those trailer places were pretty far apart, and the outdoor stores, I think RVIA was the first to jump on that Sylvansport,
Well, actually, for me, it wasn't REI. For me, it was I sold all our product to RV dealers. Right, we didn't have any specialty retail.
Gotcha.
So I was going to RV dealers, which was really cool because they were pretty laid back. But the reason I brought that up is because my son and I, the reason why we took this trip around the country is because I had been away from home so much because I was driving, I was away from home, sometimes 2 and 3 months. So my son challenged me, he challenged me to take him on this trip.
Right on.
And I did. We left in June of 2017, my 7-year-old son at the time, and we traveled over 14,000 miles, 49 campgrounds, 20 states. and we camped from North Carolina to BC, and it was amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, that had to be so amazing with him. That
it was amazing.
Yeah, he must have had a blast. What did he have? Did he have a favorite place?
Well, we were headed to Mount Rushmore.
Okay,
and so he wanted to go to Mount Rushmore, and I figured, why not use this trip as a sales trip, and also as a business trip, and also as a personal trip. But it turned into, to be honest with you, Rick, it turned into a teachable moment for me to share with my son that what I'm doing out on the road, because he thought I was on vacation the whole time. Right?
Dad's leaving with a trailer again.
yeah, he would tell me that. He said, "Dad, you going on another vacation?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me show this little cat that I'm not on vacation, man. Right. I'm out here doing work." So
that's awesome.
Visiting some of those dealers, and but the ironic thing about that is that my son noticed this. And I noticed it, but my son noticed that we had gone to all those campgrounds, Rick. We had went to all those states, and on those campgrounds, in 49 campgrounds, we had only saw one black family.
Oh,
that was the thing that my son was, and I was shocked right, at the time.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to deviate too much from our question list here, but what does your son do today? Is he a salesperson?
Well, my son actually is he's 11 now.
Oh, okay. He's still young. Okay.
Yeah, he's still young. He's 11, and he plays football.
Oh, good.
He's sort of a salesperson. He gets me to get everything he needs, so he's selling me. Right? He sells his mom.
Yeah. That's good.
So he's quite a character. His trail name is Old Spice because he's 11 years old, going on 21.
Oh, right? I love it. Right on, Old Spice. Well, give him a shout out to him. Good on you, Old Spice.
Right on, my friend.
Right on. So you became a top influencer for Black folks looking to give camping a try. Obviously, you noticed that they weren't out there. What were you doing that got you noticed?
Well, for me, I don't consider myself an influencer. I consider myself a world changer. And the reason why we're not necessarily an influencer is because, our company, Black Folks Camp 2, we consider ourselves focusing more on the solution rather on the issue. Love it. I may not consider myself as an influencer, but other folks may. But how that happened really is because being in the industry, I was one of the only Black executives in a $144 billion industry, which is the RV industry. Yep. And I think the RV industry noticed that at the time that, hey, this fella that doesn't look like everybody else was really doing some amazing work. As a matter of fact, there was an article that came out in RVIA magazine, August 5th, 2019, that it stated that Earl Hunter is shaking up the industry. And what that meant is that I had done some amazing things in the industry with that product, with the Sylvansport product. And they were really recognizing that, right? And
Gotcha.
I was really excited to see that, right?
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So tell our listeners about Black Folks Camp 2. What do you guys do?
So Black Folks Camp 2 was started. I launched the company October 10th, 2019. I launched the company on the stage at the Outdoor Economy Conference. And I tell folks is that I'll tell you how I launched the company. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river I've been running, ever since. It's been a long time coming. But I know change gon' come. Yeah. I launched the company on stage beautiful. Just like that at the Outdoor Economy Conference because I was at the Outdoor Economy Conference and I continued to ask the folks, this is the Outdoor Economy Conference, right? And they were like, yeah. And I basically said, why aren't you asking for Black folks dollars? Right? Why aren't you asking for Black folks money? We spend $1.2 trillion a year, yet the outdoor industry, whether it be the retail industry, whether it be the RV industry, whether it be the state parks, no one was really asking for Black folks dollars. No one was really inviting Black folks into the space. No one was really understanding why Black folks hadn't been in the outdoors. There were so many excuses. And so our company, Black Folks Camp 2, is here to tackle all those issues so that we can find solutions for those. So we are a marketing consultant solution company.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what we are.
And so who do you work with? Do you work with retailers and brands and everybody?
Absolutely. We work with retailers. We work with manufacturers. We work with state parks. We work with tons of states, right? We have North Carolina state parks, South Carolina state parks. We're working with some amazing manufacturers in the space. We're working with one of the largest outdoor organizations that concentrate on education in the outdoors, because we believe that education is the foundation to getting more Black folks in the outdoors.
Yep. That's true. That's the foundation for getting everybody and get everybody outdoors and taking care of the outdoors too, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to get them out there, but yeah.
But the thing is, though, there are a lot of reasons why Black folks hadn't been in the outdoors. And a lot of folks don't know this, but the industry really don't know this, and the lifestylers don't know that, there's some reasons. There's a lot of generational fear. There's lack of knowledge, and then there is a lack of invitation, right? And so our job is to remove fear, add knowledge, and invite more Black folks to camp and enjoy the outdoor lifestyle with any and everyone. Our job also is for the lifestylers who are 95% white, is to say to them, listen, we need to remove fear from you, add knowledge, and invite more Black folks to camp and enjoy the outdoor lifestyle with any and everyone. And that same sentiment goes to the industry. Remove your fear, add some knowledge, and invite more Black folks to camp and enjoy the outdoor lifestyle with any and everyone. It's really a simple process.
Yeah.
However, what makes it tough is when you don't know the reasons why Black folks hadn't been in the outdoors, right?
Well, we were talking a little bit about that before our first conversation, and some of those things are pretty deep-seated challenges, right? I mean, they go way back in our country, and so they
go way back. Go way back, and I think a lot of the things in our country go way back, and I think that we've shown that we can move forward. And I think one of the greatest things that the outdoor industry brings to the table with this, Rick, is that the outdoor industry in America, everyone in America pays for 640 million acres of public land.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And for the most part, camping can be a relatively inexpensive way to go and enjoy yourself vacation wise.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to go in the back country and get a big backpack to go go.
No, you need a car and a tent and a stove, and you're good.
You don't have to go buy an RV. You don't have to do any of those things. However, those are options for you, and a lot of folks do that, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
However, within that space, though, I believe that the campfire, which is the oldest form of light, heat, cooking, and gathering, I believe that campfire is going to make the transition for folks to be in the outdoors a bit better.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's a unique segue because the campfire is challenged out here in the West, right? Because we have all the fires and all those things, but there's a solution to that. I think maybe people realize this, but you can get one of these propane campfire pit things and still have your campfire even when you can't burn wood, right? So there's always a solution around some challenge. Just got to dig a little deeper and get a little creative. So good on you, man. What are some of the Sorry, go ahead. In that space, I think about campfire. I tell folks, that could be literally and figuratively in regards to the campfire. True, yeah.
Because I believe, once we get folks around that campfire, whether it doesn't matter if you Black, white, or other, it doesn't matter. You start to figure out that you have more sames than you have differences when you start having conversations. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have a fire. It could be just around a picnic table.
Exactly. Yeah. And around that virtual or a literal campfire, there are no walls. So you can really have some amazing conversations, particularly about why Black folks haven't been in the outdoors.
Yeah,
right?
That's awesome. We're going to take a little break and give some love to our sponsor, Wolfgang Man and Beast. Wolfgang Man and Beast celebrates the unique relationship between dogs and their people. They offer American-made leashes and collars for your pup using only the finest American leathers and textiles, plus a distinctive collection of T-shirts and hats for you. Built domestically and transported minimally, they'll be replaced rarely. Visit theoutdoorbizpodcast.com/Wolfgang and get your pup a new leash or collar today. I see tails wagging furiously in your future. Now back to the show. So what are some of the specific ways that you guys are going about doing this? You got any?
So we're very big on education. Last year we took out close to 400 people last year, so we can actually get a lot of empirical data. Yeah. Right. We took out folks who were 18 years old, folks who were 65, folks who made $400,000 a year, folks that didn't make $1, people with teachers, doctors, lawyers, homemakers, folks who are, we took out different races of people and put them in different groups and quadrants so they can hear these things. And we collected a lot of data in that space. We collected a lot of data at a lot of events where we survey thousands of folks about this. And one of the greatest things that we've done is gotten some data so that we can actually regurgitate that data out to not only to the industry, but also out to lifestylers.
Perfect.
Right.
Yep. Perfect.
And so one of the biggest things we've done is we introduced the Unity Blaze, which is the campfire within our logo.
Mm-hmm.
And it means treat everyone everywhere equally. We believe that once folks have a common connection with a campfire, particularly with a patch, particularly with a sticker, particularly with anything that they see the Unity Blaze on, it lets you know, it lets the other folks know, it lets people around you know that you treat everyone everywhere equally. And when you do that, and when you have that same type commonality of thought process, it makes it easier to have conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's number one. Number two is that we've linked up with a couple of organizations who understand that education is important. So we've created our DEI, which DEI to most folks mean diversity, equity, and inclusion. For us, it means Digital Education Initiative. We're creating this amazing digital education initiative to culturally relevant digital education initiative to help and encourage more Blind folks to get in the outdoors and to enjoy the outdoors with any and everyone. We don't care about your race, your gender, or your age. We believe that all folks would deserve to be in the outdoors and enjoying themselves. We just want to make sure some Black folks out there.
Yeah.
And thirdly, we've linked up with Leave No Trace.
Okay.
Leave No Trace being one of the largest outdoor organizations for education. We are launching our professional outdoor certificate, where we're encouraging HBCU students and other collegiate alumni to take these amazing courses and to also take Leave No Trace Master's program. And while we're doing that, we're also including the DEI in that. And also we're helping fund tons of organizations out there who need funding to drive this. And all this is a scholarships that we're providing through Leave No Trace when we actually sell our Unity Blaze patch.
Cool.
we have a ton of stuff going on, and we're really excited about it, man.
Really you guys have a lot of stuff going on. You're how big is your group?
So our group is 7. We have
Wow.
3 full-time and the rest are contract right now.
Yeah.
We see ourselves growing to 25 employees here in the next 7 to 8 months.
Wow.
Because we are strategically on board to drive the business. We're a for-profit company.
Yeah.
We drive the business, and we believe that the outdoor industry, they don't necessarily need us. However, I believe they would want us in their space because I just think we know what we're doing.
Yeah, you guys are doing. Yeah, you're doing all the things right. You're doing all the things first of all, and then you're doing all the things right. Yeah, that's great. That's good to hear. Well, if we can help you here through the podcast, just let us know because I think it's good what you're doing. Yeah. What are some of the brands and companies you're working with these days?
Well, it's funny too because we've been working with a lot of brands. We started our company in 2019. We've been working with brands early on.
Still pretty young.
To find solutions, right?
Yeah.
Our job is not to call people out, man. Our job is to call people in, whether that be the industry or lifestylers, right? So we call folks in, and our first company that we called in was South Carolina State Parks.
Okay.
South Carolina State Parks said that they wanted to make a value effort to invite more Black folks into the outdoors, into their state parks. And it made my heart feel well because I'm from South Carolina. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
Nice.
And the history of South Carolina, particularly in regards to Black folks, it made my heart warm to know that the state said, listen, we want to encourage more Black folks in the outdoors. And what that did, that actually helped us land the deal with North Carolina. And then while we were dealing with state and federal agencies, we also worked with a company called Oboz, which is the footwear company. We have an amazing project going on with Oboz, where we have the Unity Blaze that's in the in some of their insoles.
Oh, cool.
Of course, we're working with companies like RVIA, RVDA. A lot of RV dealers have come on board to fly our Unity Blaze flag. Listen, we are on a mission to get every outdoor industry, manufacturer, retail, agency, all those folks to fly the Unity Blaze flag and the sticker.
I love that you're taking a broad approach. I have 2 degrees in outdoor recreation. It's always been funny to me how the outdoor industry has been a little, not as widely active in getting all these groups to the trade shows and to this. They've all been there, but there hasn't been a proactive way to go about it. And you guys are just, it's on fire, man. That's impressive. Yeah, good for you. And maybe I don't know, maybe, let me be clear to the outdoor industry folks, listen, maybe I don't know all the initiatives that were going on, but, you guys are just being very proactive about it. Good on you.
Well, in that space, Rick, I always say this whenever I'm speaking, and you have to pay a lot of respect to a lot of folks out there who've been doing a lot of work well before Black Folks Camp 2, well before us to really make the outdoors more inclusive and the outdoors more diverse. And with that being said, I always pay homage to those folks who are before us. It's not that we are smarter than them. It's just that we're smarter than them in what we do.
Well, right? And it's you're right, and it's timing and it's opportunity, and all these things.
Absolutely.
Things didn't happen before for a million different reasons, right? You can't call anybody out specifically, but now they're happening, right. and good on you for taking a solution approach too, because we've been calling people out for way too long. Let's just go get it done.
Right on. I'm game with that.
Yeah, I got tackled by the guy because your blocker missed his assignment. But you know what? Okay, just do a better job in the future, and we'll be fine. You don't need to call him out. He knows he missed his block. So
he knows he missed his block. Let him know what it is, and then try to figure and just go to the solution. Matter of fact, our company is built on that model, Rick. Oh. We spend 20% of our time, 20% of our time talking about the issues of why more Black folks or people of color are not in the outdoors. And we spend 80% of our time on the solution.
There you go.
And and that for us has made us whole, it's made us exciting, and it's made folks want to work with us because no one wants to be told what to do all the time. Folks want to be shown what to do so they can actually go do it.
Yep. Yeah. Or shown how to do, right? I know what. How do I do that? I got the what part, right? I've been struggling with the what for 20 years. How do I do it?
Yep.
Yeah. Right
yep.
on. Cool.
And we bring the how to the marketplace.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Perfect. Yep. Right on. So anything going on in the future you can talk about?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that happen in the future. Our biggest things we're gonna hopefully have our first scholarship recipients to take the professional outdoor certificate program here at Western North Carolina.
Cool.
Pretty soon
Cool.
in January. We have also amazing. We have a night of unity a campfire concert that's happening where we're going to have folks from all different walks of life come join us so we can talk about unity in the outdoors.
Nice.
And unity around the campfire. I'm extremely excited because I believe that the industry has finally said that, we need to stop, the industry has stopped now just making assumptions about Black folks in the outdoors and why we're not there. And they're learning, they're really listening and learning and understanding that, we can't do this by ourselves.
Yeah.
Like folks like ourselves, company-wise, we can't do this without them and they can't do it without us.
Yeah.
And so for future-wise, I see a lot of ears opening and understanding that, this lifestyle, the outdoor lifestyle, I believe is going to galvanize America. I truly believe that in a way that everything that's been going on, particularly in our country, I believe that it's going to galvanize us. I believe we're going to have an amazing approach to it. And I believe that more folks, when they get in the outdoors, they're going to want to take care of the outdoors, Rick, and really want to use and share those 7 leave no trace principles and really want to make sure the outdoors is amazing because the outdoors is for all of us. And we need to make sure we respect the outdoors. And for the most part, to be frank with you, man, I'm addicted to backpacking now. And so I want to make sure everything about the outdoors is pristine, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think once you get out there and you see everybody's out there and everybody, all walks of life, and we all want more of that. And I think you're right. I think it will galvanize us if we go about it and do the education properly. And that's awesome. Yeah, good for you guys.
Well, I think we will. I think folks, once you get educated about the outdoors, education is the key. Matter of fact, education is the centerpiece of our company. We believe the more folks you educate about the outdoors. As a matter of fact, Rick, let me just keep it real. The data that we have more than anything, that most of the lifestyle, which are 93% white, they don't even know the reason why Black folks hadn't been in the outdoors. Our job is to share the reasons why we hadn't been in the outdoors so that then those particular same individuals can help us get more Black folks, particularly people of color, in the outdoors. Because I get this question all the time. Earl, once I tell folks that we have fear, Black folks have fear, lack of knowledge, and lack of invitation, most of the lifestylists, so again, who are 93% white, they always ask me, what can I do?
Yeah.
And it's a very simple answer to them. I always say, find some black friends and take them in the outdoors. And if you don't have any black friends, this is the greatest time in America for you to find
Go
some.
make some. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I love your proactive approach. I mean, that's the thing, right? You can't just sit around and wonder and wait. You got to take action and be proactive about finding a solution, and that's what you guys are doing. So good on you.
Absolutely, my friend.
Let's shift gears a little bit. How has COVID impacted your business? Probably no traveling, no camping. It's got to be brutal.
Well, COVID,
we're coming out of it now.
COVID was. I think COVID helped the industry more than anything. I think if the RV industry would tell you they were going to struggle in 2019. Some in 2020, and I think COVID really helped the RV industry and the outdoor industry for sure. And it's really helped us a bit too. For me personally, it helped me because I had an opportunity to go out and backpack 300 miles to really understand how amazing the outdoors is, so I can come back and regurgitate that information out to folks who had never been in the outdoors. So for us, it's been amazing. For other folks who have never been in the outdoors, from an immune system perspective, I've seen people in the outdoors who I never thought that would go in the outdoors, particularly folks that look like me, people who would never go in the outdoors, and COVID pretty much pushed them in the outdoors because they had nowhere else to go. Yeah. And so for business wise, it's been great for us, just like it's been great for every other outdoor entity. Personally wise, I actually had COVID in January.
Oh my goodness.
And it didn't kill me, man. It was tough. Oof. However, the outdoors, I tell folks, it saved my life, man, because I was able to remember those times when I had backpacked the AT, some of the AT, and going up some of those big mountains, and understanding that my immune system was ready to handle that deadly disease. And what was really important about that, I can remember reverting back to the time when it took me to get on top of a mountain, man, and you just have to go and have some faith and get going, because it was some dark days and dark nights when COVID hit me. But
on you, man.
But like I said, I spend 20% of my time talking about the issue, which is COVID, and I spend 80% of my time talking about the triumphancy of getting over COVID. And the outdoors helped me do that.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you got over it. You're right though. You just got to put one foot in front of the other and keep going, right?
Hey, that's progress, man. One step backwards, two steps forward is progress.
You got it. So in addition to camping, what other outdoor activities do you participate in?
And I like kayaking.
Cool.
My guys are trying to get me into to rock climbing. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'll do rock climbing. I tell folks, man, listen, I got a limit, and I like adventure. I like RVing. I like backpacking. Backpacking is becoming my favorite now because it just kind of I'm a former athlete, so it kind of gives me an opportunity to practice some of those skills that I think I still have, which is
right.
Perseverance. However, RVing is very important to my family because, of course, my wife, she's not necessarily a tent camper or a backpacker, so we can switch over and do RVing.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, one of the things I really want to get into, and I really want to get into fly fishing.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you about that.
I want to get into fly fishing because it looks so serene.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times. I've done mountain biking. That's not really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that fly fishing may be my next the next hobby that I jump into, just because it looks really cool, right?
It is a good one, yeah. Well, come on out here and we'll go fly fishing. There's a bunch of places to fly fish out
right
here.
On, man. Where I live in the mountains of North Carolina. We have amazing trout fishing. So I may I may already know before I get there to see you there.
Perfect,
my friend.
That's all right. Yeah, there's some great spots out there. Yeah, that's cool. Do you have any suggestions or advice for folks wanting to get into the outdoor adventure biz, the business side?
Listen, I do. I tell folks is that, with any business, right? With any business, you really have to have a plan. Our plan was very simple. Our plan was to remove fear, add knowledge, and invite more Black folks to camp. It sounds simple. However, underneath the core of it, it's a ton of work. Mm-hmm. And with any business, I don't care if you're selling tents to RVs, your plan is you have to make sure that the customer base is there and they know that you are there, right? Mm-hmm. And understanding your manufacturers, understanding where you're getting your product, understanding your bottom line, and understanding that, you have to make money in regard to this particular space, particularly to keep going and to drive this thing. Mm-hmm. The one thing, the very thing that I always share with every person in business And this is what we live on. This is what my company is built on. This is what our employees know about us, is that if it's not sincere, meaningful, measurable, and sustainable, we just don't believe it's going to work. Right?
Makes sense.
If it's not sincere, meaningful, measurable, and sustainable, we just don't believe it's going to work. And so we stand on that. Everything we do, anytime we spend money on things, it has to be sincere, meaningful, measurable, and sustainable for us to really do it. And that's who we are.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's great advice. Yeah, we'll
right on.
We'll put that in the show notes for sure. Do you have a favorite piece of outdoor gear under $100?
Well, my favorite piece of outdoor gear right now under 100 are my Oboz O-Fit insoles.
Okay,
right?
Gotcha. Yeah,
and
cool.
And, you know, because Oboz is a footwear company, and one of the things that I was impressed with Oboz, because we were approached by tons and tons of footwear company to help them diversify their not only their portfolio but their customer base and things of that nature. The reason why Oboz is such high on our list is because we believe that they cared about feet. And we know that particularly when you're educating folks, new folks about the outdoors, particularly Black folks, we wanted them to be able to choose not only footwear that will be comfortable on their feet when they're out doing things that they had not done before. We wanted that to be in the space. And so I believe that the O-Fit Oboz O-Fit insoles are amazing. And they're under $100, and I like them.
Perfect. We'll link to those in the show notes. That's if your feet hurt, man, you're a mess.
You're a mess, right? If your feet hurt, if you're uncomfortable, period, in the outdoors, right?
Well, yeah, but if your feet hurt, you can't even walk.
Yeah, you can't do anything, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and so I'm excited, and I hope all is well, and I hope that the products that we use and what we promote and things of that nature, they are meaningful to all, and I hope they do folks well.
Cool, love it. Yep, we'll link to that in the show notes. So, is there anything else you want to say or ask of our listeners?
Yeah, I always tell folks, go to our website, blackfolkscamp2.com. That's blackfolkscamp2.com. And I promise you, we may be one of the most delightful companies in the world, right? You can find us on all the social media sites, Twitter, IG, Facebook, find us. Get you a Unity Blaze.
Cool.
Get your Unity Blaze and put it on your car. Put the patch on. Help us drive the business. And then also show folks that you treat everyone, everywhere, equally. Right?
Love it. Great. That's great. We'll put that in the show notes. We'll link to the website and all the ways. And how can people follow up with you? What's the best way to reach out to you?
Well, you can reach out to us at info@blackfolkscamp2.com. That's info@blackfolkscamp2.com. We're getting ready to launch some amazing products, and we look forward to linking up with some other folks who want to get involved to launching those products and launching those areas of love that we actually are expressing onto the outdoor industry and the outdoor lifestyle. So
cool. Perfect.
We look forward to hearing from everybody.
Cool. Well, thanks, Earl. It's been great talking to you. I look forward to seeing you at one of these shows in a few weeks.
Right on, my friend.
And we'll catch up there.
I look forward to seeing you too. And more than anything, brother, I look forward to finally meeting you and giving you a hug, man, and telling you I hope all is well, my friend.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do it. Big hug, and we'll walk the aisles a little bit.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Take care of yourself and have the most amazing day of your life. But better than that, I hope tomorrow is better, my friend.
Thanks, man. You too.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Outdoor Biz Podcast. Be sure to visit our website, theoutdoorbizpodcast.com, where you'll find show notes with links to everything we talked about and more. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you'll never miss an episode. And while you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or spread the word and tell a friend about the show. That would really help us out too. Be sure to tune in every week. And thanks again for listening to the Outdoor Biz Podcast with Rick Saez.